My Godzilla and Kong Funko Pops didn't arrive when I thought they would. They were supposed to be here. Alright, what else do I got? I gotta represent them somehow. Yeah, okay. It's a reptile. It's big dinosaur. Hey, big lizard, so it still works. Alright, we got our Godzilla. Beast? He's fuzzy, right? He can be Kong, yeah? Godzilla versus Kong, coming to a theater near you. Now. Okay. Breaking news! A new episode of Let's Be Frank starting now! Hello all! Godzilla vs. Kong is in theaters now, and I am very excited about it. I have been waiting for this movie to come out for so many years now. I remember seeing the 2014 Godzilla with my dad for the first time. First Godzilla movie I'd ever seen, and I loved it. Looking back on it, it's probably the weakest in the entirety of the 4-movie MonsterVerse so far. But honestly, at that time, it was one of the coolest movies ever. He looked so realistic and so powerful. And then, just a few years later, Kong Skull Island came out, and that was even better. Like, Godzilla, in my opinion, was still a cooler monster, but the movie itself was so good. Kong Skull Island is, in my opinion, probably the best of the 3 solo movies, if you will, for those 2 big bads. But I've already watched Godzilla vs. Kong twice already, and I am ready to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on the movie, because at the end of the day, that's all you guys came here for, right? To hear what I thought about the movie, as if my opinion carries any weight. But before I give that away, I wanted to tell you guys what I thought was going to happen going into it. So don't worry, if you don't want any spoilers yet, they are not coming. The spoilers will come later, and I will make sure I let you know before I talk about them. So let me just tell you guys a little bit about what I thought was going to happen. As I tend to do with movies that I'm super excited for, I try to stay away from all the trailers. Well, I guess I don't tend to do that. That's more of a recent thing. I still watch all the Marvel movies trailers and everything, but for this in particular, I wanted to go in completely blind. So going into it, I expected, or I should say, I hoped that Godzilla would win. I just think Godzilla's a cooler monster. But don't get me wrong, King Kong is super cool too, but I didn't grow up watching either of their movies. So to just be able to see Godzilla more, because he currently has 2 movies out as opposed to Kong's 1, I just thought it would be a lot cooler to see him win. But I wasn't so sure that that would be the case, because I did hear before going into the movie that the movie would take place kind of from Kong's perspective almost. And that immediately shifted my entire brain. I thought, okay, if this is going to be from Kong's perspective, then he might just win the whole fight. Because here's my thought process for that, okay? When Captain America Civil War came out, the advertising team did a great job of being like, oh, you Team Cap or Team Iron Man? Who's going to win? Choose your side. And I was just sitting there the whole time like, it's stupid to be on Team Iron Man. There's no way he can win. Impossible. Because this is Captain America's movie. This is his 3rd movie. Yes, a lot of people like to call it the true 3rd Avengers movie because there were so many characters in it. But still, all in all, this is about his story and Bucky's story mainly. And so when Captain America won in the end, I wasn't surprised. I was really happy to see it happen. I gave a quiet cheer in the theater. But I wasn't surprised. So to hear that this was going to be more or less a Kong-focused movie, I had my worries now that Godzilla may not win. But that wasn't going to stop me from having a good time. I went into this movie fully expecting there to not be a true winner. That was always a thought in the back of my head. Because a lot of times in these versus type movies, the two creatures or people that are fighting end up eventually turning on a bigger threat that's in their way. And I expected that to happen. I'm glad I was able to go into it so blind, though. And that's really all the speculations I had going into it. Hoping Godzilla would win, thinking Kong probably would, and if nothing else, expecting no real winner to be announced, but for a giant threat to come and for them both to focus on that. So like I said, those are my speculations going into it. Now I want to give a non-spoiler review. So again, the spoilers are going to come later, but not now. Don't worry. Alright. So the movie was fantastic. I loved it. And I'm pretty sure most people who saw it loved it too. Fantastic fight scenes, fantastic CGI. It looked really, really good. I want to like really emphasize these fights. There wasn't as much fighting as I would have hoped for. That's not a spoiler. That's not a spoiler right now. But there were two big fight scenes that happened in the movie, and they delivered so good. The rest of the movie, I would say, wasn't bad. The human characters, as they always do in movies like these, bog it down. What are you gonna do? You know, these studios focus too much on trying to get us to care about these human characters. The studios try way too hard to get us to focus on these human characters that only serve to vomit up exposition, you know? And to an extent, I can understand that, you know, for a lot of people, you know, sometimes they prefer to have things explained to them in a more literal fashion, but I don't know. It's not for me. I would rather just see like an hour in the entire movie dedicated to nothing but fights. That would cost a lot for the studio, I guess. So that's a lot to CGI together, but listen, from a capitalistic standpoint, I can understand why there can't be like 2.5 hours of fighting. But at the end of the day, that's what the people want, right? Giant monster fights. And although it's not a constant thing for the 1 hour and 53 minute runtime of the movie, it is prevalent throughout the whole thing. A lot of other cool themes are explored. And overall, you leave the movie very satisfied. I don't know. I'm bad at ranking things out of a scale of 5 or 10, but I don't like ranking things out of 5, by the way. So out of 10, I would probably give this movie the Let's Be Frank rating of 8.5? 8.5 stars out of 10. Okay, so now that I've done that, let's talk about spoilers. This is your official spoiler warning. If you have not seen the movie, make sure you click off now, but come back later after you've seen the movie to watch this part. If you have seen it already, let's get some discussion going in the comments maybe, and let's go ahead and jump right into it in 3, 2, 1. Alright, spoiler time. I am famous for jumbling my thoughts around and not getting my points across very well. So if I sound a little confusing and hard to understand, just bear with me. I'm gonna do my best here. But the coolest part of the movie was obviously the final battle in Hong Kong. I mean, right? You got Kong and Godzilla trading these epic blows with each other. Kong's got the giant axe, which I love the detail on the axe, by the way. It's pretty obvious to everybody who watched it that it was made from one of the back spikes of Godzilla, a bone from a past Godzilla. But, and again, this is probably easily noticed as well, but I didn't notice it on my first watch through. But on my second, I saw that the whole thing was tied together with Godzilla's skin. That's so morbid in a way, but so cool. I don't know, the attention to detail there was really awesome. But to see Kong, like, shoving the axe in Godzilla's mouth to stop him from his, just shooting his radioactive blast, or, like using the crane. Godzilla, Kong, by the way, was so intelligent in this movie. I love that. He used the giant crane he was holding to throw it at the building to confuse Godzilla. Good stuff right there. Good stuff right there. And I do think, again, this is me just jumping from point to point really quick, so stay with me, guys, please. I do believe that Kong was the protagonist of this movie. The movie set it up to where Kong was our main character, if you will, in that Godzilla was the antagonist. At the beginning of the movie, they show him destroying this Apex lab for what looks like in the moment no reason at all. So they paint him as the enemy and Kong as the good guy here. Great idea. Fantastic idea for them to do that, because I have a hunch most people going into the movie want Godzilla to win. Maybe that's just my bias talking, but Godzilla just seems like the cooler monster. You know? Everybody who I went to go see the movie with, save for my dad, we're Team Godzilla. But what's interesting, and I agree with this, is that halfway through the movie, after seeing Kong get, like, humanized and everything through him using sign language and whatnot, all my friends, they were kind of like, oh shoot, I kind of want Kong to win now. Because the studio did such a good job with humanizing Kong and giving us a good monkey protagonist. But arguably, and I know this may not be the coolest part for some people, but arguably the coolest part, the best part of the entire movie was seeing Mecha Godzilla. How freaking cool is that? And in his redesign to be like less clunky and everything, oh, it turned out so freaking good. He looked incredible. He looked epic. And the fight sequences to happen between Godzilla and Kong, especially once they team up to fight him, oh, chef's kiss. It was perfect. Obviously, it could have lasted longer. Again, that's always a complaint that I've had and a lot of fans have with these movies, is that the fight scenes aren't as long as we'd like them to be. But again, budget, money, studio money, capitalism, I get it. I understand. At the end of the day, though, seeing, them team up in the end was well deserved. There was a clear winner, too, which I like what they did here. There was a clear winner, and they both teamed up to stop a bigger enemy. Godzilla won! And that's what's so interesting. In a way, I feel like they subverted our expectations by making Kong the protagonist, but Godzilla still wins in the end. And that's the thing. Godzilla may have been the antagonist of this movie, but he's not evil. The first Godzilla movie and the second Godzilla movie were setting up... I say Godzilla a lot in this video, I wonder why. They were setting up Godzilla like he was the savior, the protector of humanity from all these other titans who just wanted to do them harm. So, to see Godzilla, sparing Kong's life, that didn't bother me very much, because even at the end of King of Monsters, you see all of the other titans bowing to Godzilla. And Godzilla's not there like, alright, who's next? Come on, fight me. he waits, and this happened off screen, of course. He waits till other titans and monsters challenge him, and then he says, all right, gotta put you down. But I think, this is all speculation, I think he viewed Kong as a worthy adversary, or maybe he also, and this was done without dialogue, so I'm pulling at strings here, but he may have viewed Kong as another separate protector for humanity. And so he was like, all right, you know, we're good here. You can protect humanity, I can protect humanity, we don't have to cross paths. He basically looked at him and said, remember that I won, and let's leave it at that. And he walked away, swam back into the ocean. Great way to end it. And Kong getting to beat and kill Mecha Godzilla, perfect. Perfect. I am totally fine with that. Godzilla got to win the fight. Kong got to end off the big bad, Mecha Godzilla. Perfect. Perfect way to end the movie. Speaking of the ending was really quick. Like, it was an abrupt, quick ending. As soon as that fight ended and Godzilla went back into the ocean, like, the movie was practically stopped right at that point. I feel like I've rambled a lot during this video, but honestly, I have been looking forward to this movie for so many years. I remember when this was first announced back in, was it 2017, 2016, that this was like officially like announced to be happening? Because the movie was originally going to come out in 2019, right? If I'm remembering correctly, or maybe 2020, and then it got delayed like 3 or 4 times, especially because COVID came. But it's finally here, and even if I'm having a hard time organizing my thoughts, I just wanted to talk about it. Part of me does wish I had reviewed the trailer when it first dropped. I think from now on, I want to start doing this official announcement, I guess. Spoilers are over, by the way. Spoilers are over. Gotta organize these better. I want to officially start doing reviews on this channel. Now, I've reviewed things in the past, and I still want to review things like toys from my childhood and whatnot in the future. But I want to start reviewing trailers for movies I'm interested in every now and again. Trailers I haven't already seen. So, like, I'm not going to bother reviewing the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer because I've already seen the movie. I've already seen the Black Widow trailer, so I'm not going to bother reviewing that. But any movie that's coming out that I'm like, or TV show, because I also want to start reviewing some of Marvel's TV shows and whatnot, and down the line, maybe. A lot of ideas up in here that may not come to fruition. But let me know in the comments down below if me reviewing and reacting to trailers is something... I should have been using the word react the whole time. Sorry, guys. If me reacting to trailers is something you guys would want to see. Because I think it'd be a lot of fun to do it, and I'm probably going to do it anyway. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave it a like and a comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And follow my Instagram, Let's Be Frank 2020. I also have a Facebook page, Let's Be Frank 2020. You should follow as well. And again, I really was looking forward to making this video just so I could gush all my feelings out about this fantastic movie. Go see it if you haven't already. And if you have... again, comment down below what you thought of the movie. I'd love to have a discussion with you and get a discussion started in the comments. So, with all that being said, thanks for watching and bearing with my ramblings and incoherent conversation. It means a lot to me that you guys are interested in the content that I make. And until next time!